Thank you very much. I'm happy to be here today speaking about a subject that we actually worked a lot with the last few years in ALKA, especially innovation. I think it's very important with innovation in our business. I think we belong to like an old-fashioned business, and we do need to do something to meet the future. First of all, I would like to speak a little about who is tomorrow's customers as we see them. They can easily be found today, actually, because they don't belong to a specific age group, but they represent an influential new consumer generation that expect us to listen to their need, and they recommend us if we do. The generation is not defined by an age, but it's the attitude and a mindset. It's a mindset defined by creation, curation, connection, and community is important for that generation. At ALKA, where I come from, we take them very seriously because they have high expectations for our company and the companies they choose to do business with. Customers that not have high expectations, they are actually a dying race now. So, as an insurance company, we must meet these new customers. We must strive to be attractive to the modern customer who expects as good customer service with ALKA as she gets on other platforms, and that can be web shops and other technology platforms. We cannot see each other and compare to each other. We must see in other kind of business. If we are going to reach out the future and current customers, we need to see ourselves differently now. They make their choices according to recommendations from social networks. They listen to each other and constantly evaluate the company they're using or already are customers at. They share this experience with their own social networks and relate strongly with their surroundings. Generation Y believes more in messages via social media than those provided by advertising. For Generation Y, I think decision-making is now a team sport. So, the relevance is also very vital because Generation Y only listen if it's in their own interests. Otherwise, the message is ignored. We need, therefore, to communicate a relevant message and think constantly from outside in. This is a generation of individuals. It has digital habits, wants 24/7 service, and expects excellent customer support and customer experience. So, now the question. How has ALKA attempted to meet the demand on the modern customer? Tomorrow's customer will be very different from yesterday's customer. They will prefer not to talk to customer service in old-fashioned. Instead, they want self-service on digital platforms or connect with experts who easily solve their problems. They will expect us to be flexible enough to interact in the ways they prefer and not the other way around. Therefore, we now in ALKA build a new culture that can meet these expectations, soon demands from our customers. They will be willing to share more of the personal information for more convenience and less frictionless. We are at ALKA focusing in the next 6 months in 2 areas. The first one is to innovate ALKA's culture and teams and empower the organization. Because product and service can easily be copied. Technology becomes outdated quickly, and prices can easily be beaten. Channels can be improved. The future customer engaged will hang on our company's culture, and more specifically, it's our employees. They are the ones engaged with the customers. The second thing we are focusing on now is to rebuild ALKA's internal solution to embrace the changing needs for the new customer interface. So we're going totally digital now. Technology is designed to make things easier. This is especially true for the customer engagement. Customers who don't have to engage directly with a business. Online and mobile self-service, chat tools, and social communities are beginning now in ALKA to take places from traditional contact center. And that will only increase for us in the future. Passion, enthusiasm, and responsibility for the customers cannot be forced. We must create a customer-centric new culture. Our employees need the customers and take care of the customers now. Whatever your product, service, technology, or industry, it's what's inside your doors that matters when we're meeting the new customer. We must engage our employees' mindset from now on. For the last 90 days, we have been building an innovation factory in ALKA. The innovation factory has several purposes. The first purpose is to accelerate the speed in launching new digital customer solutions in order to get new customers, increasing customer loyalty, to increase each customer portfolio in ALKA. The second purpose of the innovation factory is to create an innovation culture in ALKA by involving employees in the projects. And finally, the purpose of the innovation factory is to support that ALKA will be recognized as leader in the insurance tech in the Danish insurance industry. We have been on an innovation journey where we have learned about innovation tools that we must use every day now. We found out that customers will increasingly expect connected, omnichannel digital experience on their terms. They want to solve their own problem if possible, and if they can't, they will expect us to know and to personalize their interactions. The goal is to make each interaction less complicated, more efficient, and more rewarding, flattering the organization as much as possible to move barriers and to simplify. Our starting point is always the customer. The customer of the future must be won over today. In order to understand them, we must uncover their needs and our knowledge of them will form the basis of our new strategy and investment in what to be Denmark's best customer experience. So we must listen, and we listen to our customers. Before, we often thought that we knew what the customers wanted. Today, we actually ask them what they need to a much greater extent. For example, we use tests on our websites where we can publish different versions, observe how customers react, and then change accordingly to ensure relevance. We will make it easy for our customers to find out what they want themselves. We are available on chat, on telephones, all the time of the day. Before, we only opened during normal office hours, like from 8 till 5. But today's customer, of course, expects us to be available when she or he has time, and that may not necessarily be when they're working themselves. ALKA has realized that to meet future demands and customer expectations, we need to target our customers in even greater details than before. To do so, we target new customers based on psychographic characteristics rather than demographic alone, as we did before mainly. ALKA can, based on this segmentation, target all customer experience to meet a specific segmentation on an emotional level. all customers will feel individual, but are basically just a part of a mass that we have a deep knowledge about now. Loyalty concepts will be based on personal characteristics rather than one size fits all. So it's true that this will place new demands to our employees. They will also be a part of the social media and be able to develop and understand the concept of being online. On the other hand, they also expect to have influence on their own workplace and to be challenged. We want to attract the brightest and the best, of course, like all of us. The more we go online and digitize and understand algorithms and intelligent systems, the less dependent we will become on traditional functions, and instead we will require analysis and intelligence in the future. So this is how we see the characteristics of Generation Y's employees that is very important to do this business. What's in it for me is more important than what's in it for ALKA. They develop as a vital, otherwise they sap other jobs. It's important that employees can see the point of a task, especially in the context of a bigger picture. They are motivated by change and are interested in development. The conception of working hours is different, which our business is built. They are happy to work on their own initiative outside normal working hours if it contributes their own development. So, the conclusion is, for us, that traditional insurance is too one-sided. In the future, it must be a partnership, and that is both with the customers and with our employees. And finally, as we say in ALKA, if the customers tomorrow are to stay loyal, they need to be looked after today. And at the end, I have a question. It should come up here. Do you have strategic plans in order to take advantage of being a mutual or member-owned organization in communication with Generation Y in the future? We're considering, yeah, because Generation Y talks about a lot of values and communities, so there might be something we can get benefit from here. But thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Lise.